This is the last time you'll ever see me. Please promise me you won't do anything reckless.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
I hope it's not the last time I see you, buddy.
I know. I think it's just wishful thinking.
Yeah. But I may do something reckless.
Oh, yeah. It's that kind of movie.
Yeah. So we're kicking off a new movie teardown this week, which means it's trailer trash time. Always exciting time of the year.
My favorite time of the year.
Favorite time of the week and the year. All of it.
26 times a year, baby.
And if you've clicked on this, you probably know what we're going to talk about. But Jared, why don't you intro what we're going to talk about? And then we'll give a little clarification as to why we're doing this.
Mm-hmm. So we're watching the Twilight Saga, New Moon. And
is it like the Empire Strikes Back of Twilight? we're jumping to number 2.
Actually, yeah. Now that you say that, yeah. But stay tuned for the Hollywood pitch next time. You got the wheels turning.
Yep.
But so the premise here, you don't need to see the first one. I know you haven't seen the first one. It doesn't.
I have not. So yeah, we should read through it and we'll give a little context here. I have not seen this movie,
right.
But go for it. What do we got?
Okay. Edward leaves Bella after an attack that nearly claimed her life, and in her depression, she falls into yet another difficult relationship. This time with her close friend, Jacob Black.
Always a close friend that comes in, right? Just kind of sitting in the back there waiting, Yeah.
And I was going to say my favorite thing about this logline is we just jump into naming all the characters.
Yeah.
Like you have to have seen the first one or read the books or have some kind of context, or this description makes no sense, right?
Yeah. So that's definitely a logline. That's a had to have been there kind of thing. But I mean, yeah. I have not seen any of these movies. I haven't read any books. I don't care to, except for this particular reason for this podcast. So
right.
But you, on the other hand, though.
Yes.
Big fan. You're a huge fan.
A huge fan.
Monster fan.
Yep. Monster fan. Big, really indescribable amount of fan.
Big vampire werewolf.
I love werewolves. But yeah, no, shout out to Thais. Thais is an actual fan. Has seen the movies many times.
Oh.
And I don't want to say made me rewatch them or watch them for the first time, but rewatch for her.
Yeah.
It was consensual. So
well, that's good. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, I agreed, but I did not like it.
But the Twilight movies are big enough where I know all these characters though, which is crazy.
Yes.
Like it's been made fun of enough, and it's been enough out in the world enough where I know who these characters are. I know the general idea of what's going on.
Yes, fair.
Vampires fall in love with normal human chick, and now we're moving on to the second one. I'm not sure what happened in the first. I'm sure there was some demon or something they had to defeat. They defeated that. Coming to the second one, and there's some sacrifice that Ed's got to make here.
Yep.
To save her.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
No, you're spot on.
I have a feeling that. Well, we'll get to predictions later. But anyways.
Yeah. Hold your horse.
I'm just excited. I'm excited about this. So the other reason why we're jumping into part 2, just so everyone knows, is that this podcast, we strictly do 30% or less on Rotten Tomatoes. This one just underneath at 24, I think 24, 25%, I think, or somewhere in there. The first one was like 40 something, 47. And you can be ready for part 4 of the saga, which we'll do Breaking Dawn 1, because that one also landed on 30%. So we're going to do parts 2 and 4 of the 5 movie series.
Yep. You're exactly right.
So just want to set the stage for everyone there, but get ready for that shit.
Yeah. You will be disappointed.
Yep. I can't wait. All right. So that's awesome. So before we go on to the trailer, do we have any fan service?
We do not this week. But we got like a half a fan service, if you want to call it that, that my sister just texted me and said, you guys should call the prediction segment Jared and Russ prognosticate. Which
that's
I don't hate. I don't know.
Jared and Russ prognosticate.
Yep. So you gotta say it. You gotta let it
prognosticate.
Let it in your mouth. Yep.
Do I need to wind up? Do I need to end on like a high point at the end there?
I think so. Yeah, listeners, you can't see it, but he's dancing a little bit.
Yeah. And my head's turning to the side like a confused puppy. Prognosticate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So other than that, no fan service this week. If you want to send us an email, be like all those who came before you. We got, we got Ben's, we got your Thaises, we got your Elizabeths, we got your Sams, we got
meat
your
guy, the meat people who were trying to find a job. Like, remember that?
There were like 4 of them. Yeah.
Group of meat people. So
you too can do that and email us. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com.
All right, let's keep this train moving here, right?
Yeah, let's
keep this saga moving.
Yep.
Already feels like a saga.
Sure does.
Sure does.
Can we also preface this, I guess, with even though I have seen all 5 movies, right? 5 movies we decided, and it was fairly recently. Like I think it was a pandemic situation, I believe, or earlier.
That makes sense. Yeah,
the ongoing pandemic, but
it's still out there.
Yeah, but in the beginning, I think so. It was like well over a year ago, and I barely remember what happened in these movies. So, like Artemis Fowl. I watched it about a year ago and forgot half of it.
You're coming back to a beloved series for you, so that's good.
Yep. Anyway, now we got that out of the way. We can talk about the trailer.
Let's trash this thing and get on with our lives.
Thank God we've got a preview that's appropriate for all audiences for a change.
There's no brief, intense image.
Nope, not this time.
Although I would argue there's quite a few brief, intense images in this trailer.
Yeah, way more than
like I don't know, someone getting thrown against stone steps and their back being broken.
Oh God, yeah.
Even if they're a vampire, I mean, come on, that's pretty intense. Flipping over a motorcycle, that's intense.
Yeah. Yep.
Jumping off a cliff and getting hit by a weight. Right, we'll get there. I think I've just gone through the entire.
You just do the whole episode.
I think I just did the whole trailer. Damn it! All right, so it starts out with some blonde-haired girl who I don't know. I don't know if she was in the first one or not.
Me neither.
Okay, so I think new character.
I think she was. No, not a new character. But.
All right, probably not.
Doesn't mean I know who she is.
Yeah, I have ideas who she is. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So she opens up some epic doors to like this. Sweet ancient looking palace type of room thing. Yep. Right. And we got
I know where this is. Yep.
So then we get a voiceover with Robert Pattinson there, kind of mumbling his way through some voiceover here, which if he sounds like that entire movie, oh God.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
and
no.
Sometimes whispery.
Oh no. brooding Pattinson. No.
Yep.
Oh God.
Exclusively brooding. That's literally the whole character.
So much brood.
You're in for a treat.
If you're a vampire, I guess that's what you do. You brood and get blood.
I mean, the other vampires don't do that. So.
Oh, it's just him?
Yeah, just him.
What a loser.
Anyway.
I'm going to throw it out there right now. We may get hate mail in this one.
I hope we do. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But we'll see. All right. So he's mumbling his way through voiceover about the Volturi.
Yep.
Sound like a bunch of jerks. And they're the closest thing to royalty in his world. And he's kind of voiceovering how about they enforce law. And we get a couple shots of them holding some, kind of looks like a prisoner right down on his knees, whatever.
Yep.
He's about to
some kind of trial or something.
Looks like he's about to get some straight. There's no trial. Kidding me? No way. These Volturi jerks, they don't do trials. I think they just go right to justice.
Straight to discipline. Yeah. Okay.
And then we get a quick shot of the blonde girl again. And I'm going to throw this out there. Do you remember her? You may have to spoil it, but I'm going to guess that she.
No, I don't.
Okay. My guess is that she's maybe a love interest on the vampire Volturi. I'm assuming Volturis are obviously vampires as well. I'm assuming she's like maybe a love interest on that side, and maybe they want to get her and Edward together to become ultimate vampires. Maybe, I don't know.
No. That would be a good idea.
Okay,
yeah, I can tell you right now that's not what happens.
Okay, all right.
It's not that kind of movie.
Damn it. All right.
No, don't. Yeah, save it for Jared and Russ prognosticate.
Okay.
But wait, before we keep moving forward though, while this voiceover is happening and we're explaining, like this is like Edward is. I'm going to call him Edward. Robert Pattinson is his character's name, right?
Yep.
He's vamp-splaining to Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh well, yeah, of course vampires have laws that the Volturi need to enforce. Like, it's like you said Empire Strikes Back earlier. It's definitely more like an Attack of the Clones, where they're like, "Ooh, yes, let us tell you about vampire law."
It's like
it's so frustrating. Oh, well, the Trade Federation of Vampires is.
And so he's looking pretty sickly. Was he looking like that in the first movie, or is there some energy drain?
No, that's how they look. No,
that's just how they look. Oh,
yes, that's how the vampires look. Yeah.
Okay. All right. He's just looking pretty sickly. But okay, so yeah, he's mansplaining vampire laws, and K-Stu is like, remember the laws?
Yep.
Let me cut back to the ancient chamber, and then we get our lead bad guy there, who I don't recognize the actor, but he's just breaking that prisoner's neck, dealing out some justice. He's like, vampire style.
Like graphic, intense image.
Yeah, the guy's head literally just turns like the wrong way.
It's pretty messed up.
And at first I was like, this doesn't seem so bad so far. Other than the mansplaining, the vampire splaining, the vamp-splaining. Yeah. Whatever you call it.
I said vamp-splaining, yeah. I'm trying to coin a new term. So. But no, you're right. Like if the problem is I thought that too. You'll get there.
No. I'm immediately after this. I'm done. That's it. I'm out. Like I definitely don't want to see this movie.
Okay, go on.
So then we get a shot of this old red truck. It pulls up to a house, which I assume is where Bella lives. And then we get a start of a voiceover of her vampire friend, who I don't know who that character is. I assume she was from the first movie. Yeah,
she definitely is somewhat. She's like
a vampire BFF.
Well, there's the family. Is the premise here. They call it
family.
Yeah, it's like a Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah. Yes. Aren't they all? Isn't everything just Fast and the Furious?
It really is. When you think about it, you can divide the whole world. You're either fast or you're furious. Yeah. No. So I think she's Edward's sister. Kind of. They call her that because it's like that's the part that you missed in the first movie. Is like
it doesn't seem like it's that important. I already know she's
like a couple of slightly older vampires that are like the mom and dad kind of, and then there's younger ones that they treat like children.
I'm sure they'll do a pretty good exposition about her again in the beginning of this movie, and they'll be like,
I think that's one thing they actually did a pretty good job of, is like not doing a big recap.
Oh, okay.
Like they really wanted you to see the whole thing.
It's like you're either in or you don't know what you're doing.
Yes.
Right?
Like I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the movie is like the log line where it's just like it comes in hot and you're like, oh, okay.
But I mean, she is dropping some exposition to remind us that Bella is human and knows entirely too much about them.
Knows way too much,
and they could kill us all.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, we got some stakes here. Everyone's gonna die. Awesome, love it.
I can't wait. They're very wealthy. That's another thing you missed from the first.
Well, all vampires are.
All vampires are extremely. Yeah, exactly. You're keyed in. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's just every vampire is, because they've been living for so long. They've got treasures from ancient times and even old money that they've been around forever. So of course they're rich. So
anyone can be Elon Musk if you live a couple hundred years.
And we cut to Summit Entertainment, sole and only one we see in the trailer, right?
Yeah, and they're legit. Summit Entertainment's a legit studio.
I mean, this is a legit movie. I mean, this movie was huge, right? We'll get into numbers and all that shit in part one, but I mean, this is a massive movie. Yeah. So
I love how you call the breakdown episodes by part one and part two now. We're just it's implied.
Yep.
But
happening.
Also pre-fast fact, because we're not going to cover that movie in the podcast. I worked on the next one slightly. Remember when I worked in movie marketing briefly?
Yeah.
Before I met you?
Yeah. Would you send some tweets out?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. All kinds of did some screenings, did some events and things. Little bar crawl events and stuff like that.
Nice.
Terrible. The next one, yeah. But the next one was more watchable. So saith Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I mean, it was over 30% by a long shot. So
yeah, it was like 46 or something.
What changed?
Nothing.
All right. So we get Summit Entertainment and we get the foreboding, brooding music kicks in, right?
It's very scary music. Yeah.
And then there's like a quick shot of like a beautiful coastline.
Yeah. Pacific Northwest. That's one thing we get to look forward to.
Yeah. They're in Seattle, right? Or something like that.
No,
like,
just Pacific Northwest. Nowhere. Yeah. They're on like Forks.
Gotcha. And then there's awesome. There's some wreck along the shoreline. I don't know if that's important or not.
I don't think so.
And we definitely cut back to Eddie here. Can we call him Eddie or should we call him Edward? Edward. We'll call him Edward, I guess.
Edward. Yeah. He does a great job of looking dead all the time.
Yeah, definitely. He's really leaning into it. And then he's going on about how, she doesn't belong in this world. Mm-hmm. And then she responds like, I belong with you. And then at this point I was like, this is bad acting. And then I was like, oh, you know what? This is just soap opera acting. That's what this is.
Yeah. It's like exaggerated but also not with emotion.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh man, this is kind of a big breakup moment. I think he's breaking up
in the middle of the forest.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's where you should do that, right? It's either you're breaking up with someone or you're going to murder someone in the forest, right?
Sometimes both.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. And then he drops this is the last time you'll ever see me. And it's like, oof, That's rough.
Yeah. As we know from watching the first one, we cannot trust Bella with her own choices. So the advice of don't do anything reckless, smart.
Cue the recklessness.
Yep. So instead we cut to Bella just like crying on the forest floor, curled up in a little ball in her jacket.
Yeah, she wasn't looking too good after the first like, hey, don't follow me thing. And then probably like, hey, don't do anything reckless. And she's probably like, what? You think I'm reckless? Yeah.
She has great lines like, it's like a huge hole has been punched through my chest.
I mean, after every breakup, that's how you feel sometimes, Sometimes it just feels like your insides just don't exist anymore. I understand her.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see in his like kind of voiceover as we cut through a shot of Edward walking across the parking lot with a nice Volvo, and then they disappear.
Yep.
So don't know if that's
cool. It's cool,
but that's cool. So we have Volvos in the Pacific Northwest, which makes sense.
Yeah, totally. And it's a lot of Volvo product placement, if I remember correctly.
Nice. Then we get Bella in bed losing her shit,
just screaming,
like stomach bug. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she had some dairy. I don't know. Like she doesn't look think she's doing too well.
She's you. She's all of us.
Maybe she's lactose intolerant and she had like a glass of milk accidentally. I don't know.
Yep.
And then we cut to her on a little motor scooter.
Well, right before that, we get a quick cut of Jacob. Oh, yeah. This is the first time we see Jacob, right? Telling Bella that he knows what Edward did to her and that he'd never do that to her.
Which
good writing.
Yeah. My first thought is like any guy that says that to you is definitely a creeper. Definitely looking to sneak in after he sees a big breakup happen.
Yep. Jacob's your classic incel.
Yeah. And I was like, definitely don't trust this guy. You can't trust him, right? Because it's also a really desperate thing to say.
True.
And then
but if there's one thing we know, it's that we can trust Jacob, though.
Oh, no, really?
Generally, yeah.
I hate him so much.
We'll get to that.
Oh man, I hate him so much. Though he seems like such a douchebag. I mentioned it so many times in my notes too. Shit. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are what you are. So then she's on a motorbike cruising down the road. Beam, 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 beam.
Yep. And no helmet.
We get classic no helmet, which that's an intense image. We get flashes of Eddie on the side of the road there, and she's kind of looking, freaking out. And then we get more voiceover from her, but like, there's only one way I know how to see him. And I'm like, probably kill yourself. So I'm assuming that's maybe
near death experience. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's how you do it. And then we get more flashes of Eddie, and then whoopsie daisy, she flips over the motorcycle, and
whoopsie.
There's now a 35-year-old man in a wig rolling down the street.
Yeah. Hilarious.
Flipping the bike.
The way she flips off the bike is just what a treat.
Yeah. Good call though. Motorcycle. Yeah, she definitely should be with no helmet on, like concussed, probably dead. Good PSA for everyone out there. Don't ride motorcycles without a helmet.
Yeah, wear a helmet.
All right, so then we cut to a little walk and talk with Bella and Anna Kendrick, who I did not know was in this series or this movie.
Yeah, me neither.
So
I've seen it. Still, I forgot.
Pitch Perfect, Anna Kendrick. And I'm assuming she's just her human best friend to kind of like, bring her back to the normal world here a bit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Probably a little comedic relief because that's what, Anna Kendrick does, awkward comedy.
Well, no.
Not good comedic relief.
Sure, yeah. The best they can.
So she drops a line, so wait, you're like an adrenaline junkie now?
Which is aggressive.
Yeah. It's like, or maybe it's a cry for help, you moron. Come on.
So the problem is it's always a cry for help.
Everything about this is a cry for help, even us. Yeah. And then we cut to Bella doing some cliff jumping into the water.
Yep.
And then she gets hit by a big wave, and I was like, she's dead. Movie's over.
Yep. She comes on up and then like gets a nice breath of air and then smash in the face with the wave. So
pow, kapow.
Yeah.
Old Batman comic.
Any other movie, yeah.
Dead, right?
Dead with the motorcycle accident.
Yeah, she's dead twice already.
Yeah.
So then she's floating down. She sees her, her vampire man.
Yep. Edward is ghosting also down there.
Also ghosting down there. He sees her, right? Doing all these crazy things. And then we see an arm come grab her and pulls her up out of the water.
Yep. Surprise, surprise.
Another brooding beach shot. Super cloudy out there in the Pacific Northwest with the shirtless beefcake now with no shirt and with short hair now. So he's shirtless and short hair. So many S's I gotta say. And then giving the old classic 1960s cinema male to female line, "What the hell were you thinking?" I was
have hysteria.
I was surprised he didn't just slap her.
Well,
Yeah, he probably does.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, great. Good stuff.
Yep. Title card from the worldwide bestseller.
Oh boy.
And then it's kind of unclear what sets this up, but there's some other vampire that goes to Bella, the woman there, and says,
yeah,
Edward thinks she's dead, and he's going to the Volturi so that he can die too. You're like, I forgot that apparently you can't die unless you go to the Volturi.
Yeah, you have to go through a whole process to be probably blessed.
Apply for death.
Yeah, that's a thing. You're a vampire. You don't die unless you walk on the sunlight, right? So,
well,
or a stake to the heart, or
it's not how it works in the Twilight universe.
Oh man. Okay.
You just get glittery.
Oh, nice.
I don't think you want to be in the sun for any long periods of time, but you mostly just get glitter.
It's the other thing too. So the sister, the vampire friend here, she comes in. She's like, hey, he thinks you're dead, and Bella's like, what? And it's like, yeah, you adrenaline junkie. Like, you've literally flipped off a motorcycle. You jumped off a cliff, get hit by a wave. You're about to drown. Like, yeah,
you're the deadest.
Like you're dead, and he can see you clearly. He's ghosting you. Not that way. He's actually ghosting you in the way where he's around, not
mind, right?
Not ghosting you the other way.
Telepathically, right?
Yeah. And then this is where we kick in the slow motion part of the trailer where every other scene is in slow-mo. And we get shots of Edward slow-mo walking. We get some more details from the vampire friend. He's going to Volturi. You already said this, but he wants to die too, right?
Yep. Can you get some quick cuts of Edward doing Volturi stuff? And Jacob comes back to say, he left you, Bella. He doesn't want you anymore. Like, she's Airbud or something.
And this guy, we're supposed to like him. He's the werewolf guy, right? Werewolf. He's the werewolf guy, right?
Yeah. He's Are we supposed
to like him? Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the whole premise of the series is like she's torn between
vampire and werewolf. I knew that, but he's still like, I don't know, but he's a douchebag.
Sexy douchebag. Right.
He didn't watch anymore. Hold on, let me take my shirt off while I tell you this line. It's like, and then we get some more crazy music, and then we get a quick Shinizra kind of shots, just kind of like go really quick.
Oh, it does a lot of that, yeah.
Right. So then we get a shot of some huge like hotel, mansion, palace, cliffside resort.
Yep.
Then we get a quick shot of a yellow Porsche cruising on the curvy roads with the vampire friend driving, who, by the way, is not
in Italy. No,
the vampire friend is driving not so great, by the way, because there's a weird shot of Bella like freaking out, like in the passenger seat, and it's like, I thought you were the adrenaline junkie. Can't take a little Porsche around a tight turn, hairpin turn.
Some people
in Italy. And then she says, the vampire friend says he's going to make her scene. I don't know what that.
It means he's a diva.
Have you seen his vampire makeup?
Right, exactly. He can't help it. And so apparently he's going to reveal himself in the sunlight, and that's where you can see him be all sparkly and stuff.
I mean, he could use a little more vitamin D, so maybe.
Right. But apparently then, that exposes the secret, and so the Volturi are gonna knock him off then.
In this whole scene, we also get the contractual, probably other guy shirtless shot. Where Eddie takes off his shirt because sun doesn't work through shirts on vampires. I'm taking that as a rule in this world. So,
and while he's just standing there being also the rippedest, we get Bella like slow-mo running towards presumably him, but it's hard to say. Just like running through Italy.
Yeah.
Like,
Mamma
mia.
Well, did we forget to say like there's quick shots of like this like parade of this palace or something with like a lot of red going on, I think, right? We saw that.
And that's where Jacob's doing his thing. This is all like the same.
You mean Edward?
Oh, Edward. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I knew that. I was just like setting the scene because I think we skipped saying like, oh, she's at this parade thing because like they did shots.
Probably, yeah.
It seemed like it was important. I don't know.
You're right. No.
Bunch of dudes in red robes. It seems like it's important.
Yeah. I think it's just an Italian thing.
Where is the Pope? Is he coming out?
Il Papa?
So she's slow-mo running through a fountain, which seems like fun. And then we get her yelling, "No, Edward, don't." Which,
sure.
Okay.
Yep. And then cut to Bella saying, "I'm scared," and Jacob's like jumping around doing something crazy. Like we don't see what happens then.
We just get they cut rated like as Edward's dropping his wingtip shoe out into the sunlight. It cuts to shirtless douchebag beefcake Jacob jumping from out of a window. And then we get a title card, right?
On November 20th.
Which, hey, you know what? We're we're kind of hitting it, nailing it 11 years later.
Christmas movie, Thanksgiving movie.
Ooh, then we get some more quick shots of shirtless douchebag Beefcake. I'm going to keep calling him that because he's not proven himself in his trailer to me.
Pretty ripped.
Pretty ripped. Whatever. And then we get a shot of cops in the woods. Like it felt very Rambo First Bloodish kind of feel.
Like doing a search party thing. They've all got big long rifles. Like they're like, on the hunt, looking for something.
Right. And I see something drop behind them, but I didn't know what it was, but it looked like a vampire.
There's a guy or something.
Looks like a vampire move. It's like very in the background.
I mean, also werewolves do that.
Oh, do they?
We haven't gotten to the werewolves yet.
It seemed too elegant for them. Anyways, then we get a title card. The next chapter.
Quick cut to Volturi, guy smiling creepily.
Yep, he's being all creepy.
Then we get, I think it's the vampire dad who's like looking for a fight, right?
Well, they're in the woods, right? And we get this this character. I don't know who this character is, and they kind of do like to come on, and there's like a pack of wolves, right? A gang of wolves there, and then one charges at him, and he just slaps the thing aside like it's nothing. And the CG definitely looks very 2009. Actually, it doesn't think we've had better CG in 2009, but whatever.
Yep.
New title card begins. And then we get a shot of Bella on the back of a motorcycle, cruise around town.
Everything is very fast now.
Yeah, it's building up, and the music's like, building up as well. We get a shot of the group of shirtless beefcakes walking around, right? They're just the whole gang.
Werewolf guys. Yeah.
Yeah, no shirts, no service, right? Mm-hmm. And then we get Bella slapping one of them. That makes sense. Yep. Then a giant CG wolf lashes out at her. All right.
Yep.
And we get a shot of Bella in bed with Eddie by her side.
Yep.
Clearly hasn't been dusted yet.
Just standing there looking at something.
Yep. Being all broody like, and
Yep, super broody.
Shot of Bella being all slow-mo running through the woods, I think. And then
there's a bunch of ferns and
another shot of Jacob jumping through a window with no shirt on again. And then we had a shot again of the Red Parade in Italy, waiting for the Pope. Shot of the bad
stuff.
Yep. Shot of the bad Volturi dude tossing someone across the room. And then we got someone punching someone. I didn't see who was who.
Yep.
And then we had another slow-mo shot of like some big dude. I don't know who this is.
Right.
Was he in the first one?
I think he's one of the Volturi guys.
Yeah, definitely a Volturi guy. But he looks like he's like an enforcer.
The first one.
Looks like an enforcer for the Volturi. He's like a big dude, right? He's like walking across the room, and then
they didn't really introduce the reason why they did so much exposition at the beginning of the trailer about the Volturi is because they didn't do much of that in the first. They're not really a factor in the first.
Yeah, they build them up. They're there, but they get built up for like later in the series. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's not like Star Wars where the villains are consistent. In the first movie there were different villains, and then there's like one kind of carry through villain.
Okay,
but anyway, the Volturi are a new villain.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking it's like in Blade, right? Remember Blade? I don't know why Blade came to mind.
Yeah, I don't either. That's weird. What a weird.
I don't know. That just
non sequitur. Yeah, nothing to do with this movie.
Just
don't have anything in common.
They have nothing in common.
That's wild. Huh. What do they have in common?
Vampires, bro. Come on, man.
This one, the big dude who I don't remember, but is definitely some kind of Volturi villain or something, right?
Yeah, looks like, and
he's like a choke slam.
Yeah, he's also in slow mo though, and he comes right, and he's like walking in, and then I think there's a slow mo Eddie him and fight, right, grapple for a bit, and then him. There's
egregious slow mo in this movie.
Oh man, all towards the end here, and it's like he slams him to the ground, whatever. Then we get the final title card here, right?
Yep.
Twilight Saga, New Moon.
But then there's still so much more trailer.
Still more. We cut to the blonde girl from the start of the trailer saying, "This may hurt just a little,"
which I almost said as the quote.
It's a pretty good one. That would have been a good one. And then we get it cut to Bella saying, "No, please." And then Edward gets the old.
I think that's Edward. I don't know. Hard to see.
Edward's wearing the red. He was wearing the red robe.
Was he?
Oh, what'd they do? Swap it on me?
I don't remember anything. I'm just trying to prognosticate ahead of time.
God damn it! So someone gets the old backbreaker across some very epic marble steps. It looks like it's very uncomfortable. Yes. But I'm just curious to see how you end up killing a vampire at hand-to-hand combat, and see if they change the rules of vampires that's been established for millennia.
Vampire law, yeah.
So that's it. That's the trailer. Wait, there's more to it, right? Is that it? No, we get
No, that's. Then there's just like the title card at the end of giving us the date, the website.
Yeah.
All the important stuff,
We don't do that anymore. All right. So that's it.
I'm not looking forward to watching this again. I forgot.
Yeah. 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm not looking forward to watching it at all. So.
Oh my God. Wait, no, is it really? I forgot.
Yeah. Hey man, there's a lot of brooding and a lot of, a lot of love triangles. There's a lot of love triangles to sort through.
Yeah. No, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
No, that'd be great. It's going to be great for our listeners because 2 hours and 10 minutes of drinking beer while watching this.
Oh no.
Get ready because I'm having at least one per hour during this movie. So
smart. Yeah. It's going to be a probably, I don't know, 6-hour episode.
Take the movie and times it by special. 3. Yeah. Special.
Thanksgiving special, right? It'll be coming out Thanksgiving.
What if we should just break it up like they do into 4 or 5 segments? We'll just do 5-parter. Twilight New Moon Part 1, Breaking Twilight, ITM T. Right.
So smart. So brave.
One of us has got to think of these things.
Oh yeah. Right, so what do you Jared and Russ prognosticate? What do you Jared and Russ prognosticate?
All right. Well, going to the fact that there are 3 more of these stupid movies, and I've seen all the cover art for all of them. Obviously, everyone survives. Seems like there's zero. There seems like there's zero stakes.
Who's everyone?
Oh, your 3
main characters.
Yeah, Jacob, Eddie, and Bella. Right.
Sure.
But there's going to be some moment where she's got to give something up, or there's something that comes to light that prevents him from killing himself, or there's going to be something that, I don't know. That's kind of very generic, like a log line, but
yep.
They all survive. I think I'm gonna throw us out there. Is she preggers in this? Or maybe, well, you don't have to answer that, but I mean.
Okay, yeah, because I
maybe leading to, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. Or maybe at the end, maybe, I don't know.
Interesting prognostication. I don't think that's this movie.
Yeah, it's very hard to tell because I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. There's going to be, I think nothing bad is going to happen to anyone other than maybe they kill one of the Volturi there or something. But even then, it doesn't seem like those guys seem like they're going to be, those guys seem like they're going to be around for a little while.
So many bad things are going to happen to everyone.
Maybe Jacob puts on a shirt. Like, I don't know. At the end of the movie.
That's probably the worst thing that happens.
Yes.
No, dude, there's so many. Now I'm kind of remembering what happens, but not really.
You can throw it out there.
I remember not everybody makes it out unscathed. There's this movie's not afraid to the franchise not afraid to kill a main character every now and then.
Okay. But the only main characters I see,
character, yeah.
Not one of our 3 that we need here, right?
Right. No, of course not.
I know maybe what happens is
they do.
Maybe some serious. Oh, hold on. Maybe the Volturi, because. Okay, here we go. Here's real talk. Here's real thoughts.
Sure.
I think at that end fight there is that once. Well, here's the thing. I don't know his world and our world. Like, how does she get over there? So maybe she does die.
To Italy?
Are they actually? Is it just Italy?
She dies in a plane crash. Yeah, on the way.
No, but wait, he says he says my world in the beginning. So he
just means like my, metaphorical world.
Oh, okay.
In the vampire culture.
Ugh, what a douche. Why would you say my world?
In my world.
All right. Well, maybe either
Italy. Yeah.
There's going to be some sacrificing in this one, right? Because it's about either one like trying to die, right, for each other. Yeah. So maybe one of them dies, and then that's how it ends. And then the eclipse is like how they bring him back to life, maybe, or he comes back to life. I'm gonna go. Let
you in on a little secret here. It is the kind of franchise where people come back to life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
We'll see how things play out.
I had to process a little bit here, but okay. Someone dies, and then someone has to sacrifice themselves to bring the other person back to life because that's what love's all about, and to continue the franchise.
Right. Of course.
So
a lot of love, a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
A lot of really bad dialogue.
Yeah, I don't think
really bad dialogue.
And I don't think Jacob's dying yet. But I think it's got to be either Bella or Eddie here, and one of them makes some pact or something to bring the other one back.
It's an interesting prognostication.
That's a better one. That's a better prognostication.
Yeah,
I don't like that word. I can't say that word.
Figures we just started prognosticating when I can't even do it because I've already seen it. I mean, because I have to remember. I'm gonna prognosticate that you enjoy it more than we both think you will.
I'll enjoy it more than you think we both
you will. Yeah, I think you're gonna like sneaky like it a little bit.
Okay, all right. Maybe will. I don't know. I'm a
think
big
you're gonna be like, that was kind of fun.
I'm a pretty good Kate. I'm a decent K2 fan. So I mean, I don't know.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So
and Anna Kendrick and Batman.
I don't know if I'm a fan of Anna Kendrick, but I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
you know you are.
Yeah, I am. All right, are we done? Are we done with this?
I guess. Yeah, I think so. I think. Yeah. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Everyone go watch it again. I'm sure listeners, I know you.
Oh, we know you.
You've seen it. Mm-hmm. Go watch it again. I know you want to for old time's sake.
Get fired up.
Yeah. Then come back with it and join us for the next one. Right.
The gang is back. Bella, Eddie, and Jacob. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next week with our full breakdown. In the meantime, though, you can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That, Mariah TMT Pod on Twitter. And you should subscribe or follow us wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever that is. Do it.
It could be anywhere. And while you're there, you could leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it if you did that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm always so passive, Russ. I feel like when I say that, please write us a review.
I mean, I'm
talking to you. No, I'm not sounding desperate. Oh, no. You, the listener.
Oh, no. I think you're talking to me directly.
No. You know exactly who you are, dear listener.
Okay.
Please write that review that you've been thinking about. I know you've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Go just like it takes maybe 3 minutes. Let's say put a timer on it. Yeah. Go do that and then come back and listen again. While we say, also send us an email at itsthismeetsthat@gmail.com. And if you haven't heard enough, and this is for somehow, some way, your first episode of ITMT, first of all, welcome. We love you automatically. And you can go listen to all the other episodes that you've missed, on your platform of choice or our website, itsthismeetsthat.com.